and there's fungus on the skin, that's the one that when you eat it, when you fry it, and when you fry it and you take it out of the frying pan and you put it inside the tissue, now mwah. Ghana freedom though is a different kind of freedom. It was weird to me when I moved to this country to go to uni, and a lot of my friends were now going clubbing for the first time, which I've been doing this, like what? Like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd just do a quick Q&A video, but a different type of Q&A video. I thought I'd do one based on living in Ghana / Africa. I did a living in Ghana, growing up in Ghana video a while ago, but I ended up deleting it. I thought I'd just do an updated version, but in the form of a Q&A. So yeah, I don't know, this is very random, but I thought I'd just do it. Like, I've been missing Ghana, I've been talking about Ghana a lot. I thought I'd just give you guys a little bit more information about me living in Ghana, growing up in Ghana, and yeah. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of this video. I was born here, obviously. I moved to Ghana, I was about 8 or 9, and yeah, basically lived there for a good 10 years. So let's start off with the reason why I moved to Ghana in the first place. It was my dad's plan from early before, way before we were born, to send his children to Ghana at some point in their lives, just because he felt that, I don't know, he wanted us to have the similar experience that he had growing up. And he obviously grew up in Ghana for 12 years and then grew up here for the rest of his life. He's had the best of both worlds, basically. He lived in Ghana and lived here, and I think he just wanted us to have first-hand experience of the culture and, you know, just our heritage. And the obvious way to do that is to obviously move to the country, which is what we did. So yeah, I lived there for 10 years and moved back here 4 years ago. So yeah, and here we are today. That's a bit of the background of my history or whatever, and why I moved to Ghana. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and answer all of your questions that you guys sent me on my Snapchat and on my Instagram regarding me living in Ghana, basically. So here goes. So someone asked me, how long did you go to school in Ghana for, and how was it? So like I said before, I went to school in Ghana for 10 years. How was it? Okay, let me start from the beginning. So the first school that I went to in Ghana was a school called Queensland International School, and I was there for a year. At first it was calm, like I was super duper excited to be moving to a new country, a whole new country, making new friends. Like, you guys don't understand how excited I was to join the school. Literally, like, I was just ready to be in the uniform and just have my backpack ready for school that Monday. Like, literally I was so excited to be joining, I don't know, a new school. Like, the whole idea of just being in a new school and just meeting new people was just so exciting for me. I don't know why, but it just was. Things were obviously a lot different to what I was used to in terms of like going to school in England. One of the things being hair. Like, I don't know what it is with Ghanaian schools and, you know, ladies' hair, but I think from primary school to, like, I don't even know, a lot of schools don't allow you to have hair. You literally cannot have hair, as in, like, you have to cut your hair in junior high school. Is it JHS? Yeah, junior high school, senior high school, you can't have hair. Like, until you finish secondary school, you can't have hair in a lot of the schools. And my school, it wasn't like that until you got to senior high school. But in junior high school, you could have hair, but it only in certain hairstyles, if that makes sense. So you couldn't come to school like with your hair out or in like a ponytail. Ponytails were not allowed. Who doesn't allow a ponytail? How does that make any sense? So when I heard about all these restrictions, that was like the first red flag. I was like, yeah, as much as I was like really excited to join the school, I was just like, why is it restricted? Why can't I do this to my hair? Why can't I do that to my hair? I could only come to school in like plaits and stuff like that. If it wasn't in plaits or cane rows, it just wasn't allowed, basically. And I just thought it was a bit ridiculous. The second red flag was caning. Down Queensland International School, hey, they beat you, they will cane you. Oh my god. Me, when I heard about it, I was like, look, listen, all I've got to do is keep myself out of trouble in it. I've never been a naughty student, if that makes sense. So I didn't see how I would ever get in a situation where I would have to be caned. Oh, I lied to myself. I lied. Because you know how they treat children in schools, like if you get this answer wrong you'll be punished, and their form of punishment was using canes on children. That was a big no-no for me. I used to just come home every day complaining to my mom about this teacher and that teacher that caned me. If it wasn't a ruler that they were using, it was a long wooden stick. It was most of the time it was a long wooden stick. Occasionally when the wooden stick wasn't about, they will be using the long ruler. Let me even give you an example of like one ridiculous, you know, instance where they were caning us just for no reason, like just because they could. Do you know what I mean? It's literally child abuse. I don't care. But I did mention this in my the other growing up in Ghana video that I did, but obviously because the video's not there, I'm going to retell the story. And it's basically about how this teacher, basically when we first met him, he was our science teacher. He came in, introduced himself as Uncle Ibu. Uncle Ibu had another name and was Mr. something. That was his more formal name, but he said we should call him Uncle Ibu, as in like, call me Uncle Ibu, as in like he was trying to be, you know, you always have that one teacher who tries to be too cool. That was him. So he said, don't call me Mr. Let's say his name was Mr. X. Don't call me Mr. X, call me Uncle Ibu. So we all got comfortable. Oh, call him Uncle Ibu, Uncle Ibu, Uncle Ibu. Until one day, Uncle Ibu randomly came to class one day and said, if I hear another student calling me Uncle Ibu, I will cane you. Call me Mr. X, as in my name is Mr. X. This is the same person that came to class on the first day of school telling everybody call me Uncle Ibu. It was literally an abuse of power. At this point, it's an abuse of power, because you can't come to school randomly one day and just decide that everybody should call you by the name that you said we shouldn't call you by and threaten to cane us if we didn't. Like, do you know what I mean? It was literally, it's child abuse. Like, I don't care. Like, that's actually child abuse. Like, how can you tell me you caned me for calling you a name that you asked me to call when I first met you? Like, are you normal? Like, Ghanaians are actually a bit crazy. Yeah, that was Queensland International School for you. The caning, the chopping off of the hair, like those were just a bit too much for me, especially like coming from an English school to like, it's just too complete, you know, different ends of the spectrum, and it was just a lot. So I was in that school for a year, took us out and went to Ghana International School. You can see I'm smiling because I love that place, honestly. What year was this? Class 5. I was in 5R. Mrs. Tay was my teacher, I remember. Oh, class 5, that's where I met one of my closest friends to, no, it was class 6, tell a lie. But some of my closest friends, Mama Yab, Mom, Papa, Tinkai. We met in class 5 in TIS, Safa, class 5, Stay So. Oh yeah, some of my closest friends I met that year when I started year 5 in Ghana International School. Like, how was that? It was less strict in terms of the whole caning and the whole punishment thing. It was obviously strict to an extent because you've got to be strict with children at the end of the day. There's got to be rules, there's got to be regulations, but they didn't cane. You could do not just any hairstyle, but just as long as it's presentable. You could wear your hair how you wanted to school. You could have extensions, as in like braids. I remember one time I had weave in my hair, like, you know when they put bonding glue and they put tracks in your hair. I even had that. Like, that's how much freedom we had in Ghana International School, and I loved it. In comparison to QIS, Queensland International School, it was just so much better, and I was just so much happier going to the school. But yeah, enough about school. So I think that answers the question. I can't even remember what the question was anymore. How long did you school in Ghana and how was it? Yeah, so all in all, I absolutely enjoyed. I loved secondary school in Ghana. Like, it was just jokes. You know them ones where like you're actually literally so happy and so excited to go to school in the morning because you know how much jokes you're about to get. Like, literally, that was my secondary school experience for me. It was just jokes. Like, one word, secondary school in one word, jokes. Like, you know, Ghanaians are just funny. Like, we're just funny people, so every day was just a funny day in school, literally. But yeah, someone said, were you allowed sleepovers? It depended on who it was. Like, my mum never really, even from when I lived here, my mum never really allowed sleepovers with just anyone. when I was here, I had one sleepover buddy, and that was Alana, and that was literally only because she lived around the corner from me, literally around the corner from me, like walking distance. I'm sure if it wasn't for that, like I really wouldn't be sleeping at anybody's house like that. When I came to Ghana, I feel like she was allowing sleepovers a little bit more because I made like closer friends, if that makes sense. I was too young back then to even really know what true friendship was. When I came to secondary school here, and I started to make like really close friendships, and she started to and she was also really close to my friends' parents as well. Myself, Alia, Mama, Sefa, those were my sleepover people. Like if it wasn't at Alia's house, it was at Sefa's house. If it wasn't at Sefa's house, at Mama's house. If it wasn't at Mama's house, it was at my house. That's how the sleepovers went, and it was calm because we all knew each other's parents. Each other's parents knew each other. Everybody's parents knew each other. So in that sense, yeah, she did allow sleepovers. But if anybody else, like I would really have to be telling her 2 months in advance that this person's having a sleepover. Even that, she'd even come and pick me up when everybody's about to sleep. I wouldn't even be able to sleep over. So it really did depend on like who it was. But generally she was okay with sleepovers, I guess. Someone said, what class did you go to when you first went to Ghana? I was in year 4, class 4 Alamandas. What class or level did you complete in Ghana? I completed 6th form, upper 6, year 13. Were you allowed to talk back to your parents in Twi? Was I allowed? I was encouraged. Please, who is speaking back to their parents in Twi? They speak to me in Twi and I'm responding in English. Even up to today, like I don't respond in Twi, and they always wanted me to. But it's just like when it's not your first language, like you can't just pick it up. Like from childhood, you've been speaking to me in Twi, and I've just been responding in English. And it's not now that like I'm old now, I'm not gonna start responding in Twi. Like it's, the time has passed. I don't know how to explain, but like I just feel like if I wasn't doing that from when I was a child, like speaking to you in Twi, I'm not gonna pick it up now, if that makes sense. So up to now, I just respond in English. Even though I do understand it, I understand everything that they say to me when they do speak Twi. I don't know, it just comes naturally for me to just respond in English. Like, what is the most enjoyable food you've eaten? What's my favorite Ghanaian? Like right now, if I guess, what will I eat? I just had fufu today, to be honest. So, but what am I craving? What's my? I think red. The plantain has to be cooked to perfection, though. It has to be fried in a certain way that when you eat it, like, and like it just has to be soft. Like I like the plantain that when you pick it up, it's black and there's fungus on the skin. That's the one that when you eat it, when you fry it, that one is a sweet one. Like I like mushy, soft, like, and when you fry it and you take it out of the frying pan and you put it inside the tissue, now mwah together, like that one's the nice one with beans and gari. The gari to overload, plenty. Like I like a lot of gari with my red. And yeah, I think that's probably my favorite Ghanaian dish. Is the freedom you get to go out with friends in the UK any different to Ghana? Yeah, 100%. The freedom I got to go out when I was younger in the UK was a lot different in Ghana, and I just feel like that's all down to like security. I feel like, especially back in the day, Ghana was a lot more dangerous, well, than it is now anyway. And like in the UK, you've got CCTV everywhere, you know, police everywhere, police that are not corrupt everywhere. But when I was in Ghana, there's just not as much security and, you know, safety. When your child goes out, you're not always like, there's always going to be that. Regardless, you're going to be anxious when your child goes out. But I just feel like in this country, especially with like our transportation system where there's CCTV on the coach, bus, train, everywhere you go, you know, transportation is more or less efficient. You know, your buses, everything is, do you know what I mean? Like everything is efficient enough for you to not worry when your child goes out. Whereas in Ghana, your child is going out, first of all, you got to get a driver to take your child wherever your child needs to go. Otherwise, they're getting in a taxi for them to go and be kidnapped somewhere. Like, no, just a lot more to worry about in that sense than in this country. Road users in Ghana are just reckless. You could have an accident at any time. Like people just, is there even any such thing as I'm just deep in it. Do we have speed limits in Ghana? I don't think we actually do. Yeah, there's no speed cameras. Like road safety is non-existent basically. Like it's just a lot of like red flags to think about when, you know, allowing your child to go anywhere, like even to school safe. Like, oh mummy, today this person's picking me up, like who's the driver, who's, do you know what I mean? Like it's not like here where you can literally just get on a bus 50 and go Like from young, people start going to school on their own in this country, whereas in Ghana I was literally getting dropped to school from the day I moved there to the last day of school. There was not one time that I ever went to school on my own. Like, yeah. So yeah, in that sense, there's definitely a lot more freedom. But then in another sense though, like Ghana freedom though is a different kind of freedom. Like you can't compare it to the freedom over here. Like although we get our freedom at a younger age over here, the freedom in Ghana, especially like when it comes to like, if you're the type that likes to enjoy themselves by going out clubbing and doing all that stuff, the legal age to start drinking over there is obviously it's 18 here and in Ghana, but you don't get ID'd at the door. Like no bouncer really IDs, well for girls anyway. I'm not really sure about boys, like if they're ID boys like that, but you really start going out in Ghana when you're like 15, 16, like 14 even. Like the first time I went out was probably in year 9, like to a proper like club. And so it was weird to me when I moved to this country to go to uni, and a lot of my friends were now going clubbing for the first time, because like people were now turning 18, 19, and they were telling me that, oh, like this is my first time going clubbing. I'm like, bitch, I've been doing this, like what? Like, do you know what I mean? So in that sense, like you could say that there's a lot more freedom in Ghana to just do whatever than in this country, because there's a lot more restrictions. And you know, this country, they're very serious with their rules and regulations that have been put in place. When you go to a club, you give them the ID, they now scan the ID on this monitor for everybody to see your driver's license. Like it's deep in this country. But in Ghana, like no one's IDing you, like just whatever, do you know what I mean? I feel like I want to do, in terms of like entertainment and just things to do in Ghana, I feel like I want to do like a whole separate video, because you know it's summertime, it means Christmas is coming. Oh yeah, going to Ghana. Yeah, and I just want to do a video because I feel like this year people are coming to Ghana. Like this year, like I thought last year was bad, but this year even the prices online of tickets to Ghana are looking mad. Like they weren't this mad last year, but they're looking mad this year. I just feel like I want to prepare everyone. I want to make a video to just prepare everyone for the, you know, for what to expect when coming to visit Ghana. Like places to go to eat, places to go to club, places to chill, places to just everywhere, everything, do you know what I mean? Like I want to make a whole separate video, like, and I want people to also give me suggestions. I know there are 100% places that I've never heard of, places I've never been to, so I want people to be dropping suggestions like from now. I'm gonna Snapchat anything and just let me know, because I'm definitely gonna make that video. Yeah, you guys just let me know, innit? But yeah, for now I think this is the end of this video. I just want to wrap it up right here, right now. I hope you guys have, you know, been able to learn a bit more about me and my background and how I've grown up and where I've grown up, my culture. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.